Realme 6 Pro, Realme 7 Pro, Realme 8 Pro. Can you believe all three phones have the same damn chip, Snapdragon 720G? Now, sure, it's an excellent chip, but can it really compete against the latest Snapdragon 732G found inside the recently launched Redmi Note 10 Pro Max? Let's find out. Also, the reason I put both 10 Pro and 10 Pro Max on the title is because they are practically identical except for the main camera sensor, which is irrelevant to this video anyway. They have the same processor, same UFS storage version, same battery, same everything. Usually I show the app opening and RAM management rounds first, but this time let's mix things up and begin with the fingerprint scanner speed test. The Realme 8 Pro comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner, while the Redmi Note 10 Pro comes with a side-mounted fingerprint sensor. As you can see here, the Realme 8 Pro is faster, but you know the obvious advantage the Note 10 Pro has. While taking it out of the pocket, your finger is already on the sensor, and by the time you look at the screen, the phone is already unlocked. In case of in-display scanner, you need to wait for the sensor to light up, and only then you can place your thumb on the sensor and unlock the phone. So, you can do that either by using the raise to wake functionality or by pressing the power button. Either way, it's not as fast as the side-mounted scanner implementation. But strictly, if you look at the side-by-side speed test comparison, the 8 Pro's in-display scanner is super impressive. Next up, internet speed test. Let's first run it on both phones simultaneously. The 8 Pro is faster. Upload speeds are faster too. It's worth mentioning that I have a 300 Mbps connection from ACT FiberNet, and these phones are around 12 feet and one wall away from the router. It's a fair competition, of course, so I don't really know why there is such a huge difference. Let's now run it one after the other. Same result. There is still a pretty big gap. The 8 Pro is almost 4 times faster than the Note 10 Pro Max. Next up, video render test. We have switched from Premiere Clip to Viva Video because Premiere Clip has been discontinued on Android. The same video has been loaded onto both phones. It's the exact same project. The speed of the footage is set to 50% and we are gonna render it in 480p resolution. This rendering round is the real test for the chip underneath, Snapdragon 720G versus 732G. Weirdly, both phones are kinda underwhelming in this round. The 8 Pro has taken around 25 seconds to render it. The Note 10 Pro Max took another couple of seconds maybe. But the thing is, even the cheaper model, the Realme 8, which has the MediaTek G95 chip, took only about 22 seconds to render this exact same video. You can check out our previous speed test between the Realme 8 and the Redmi Note 10. So, finally, app opening round. How fast can these phones open apps and games? Note that we didn't change any setting that impacts the performance or battery. The main battery saving modes on both phones are disabled by default, and when it comes to battery optimization for individual apps, there is some sort of optimization going on both phones. On the Realme 8 Pro, it's called the app battery management, which is set to allow foreground activity, and on the Note 10 Pro Max, it's called the app battery saver, which has the recommended setting enabled. Note that these are the default settings and most of the users will use these phones at these settings, so we decided to stick to them. Besides, they're pretty similar anyway, so it shouldn't make a big difference. We also made sure the phones were running on their respective latest firmware updates with the same list of installed apps connected to the same Wi-Fi and with no apps running in the background. It's clear, ready to go. Twitter. The Note 10 Pro Max was a tad faster but negligible difference. The scrolling performance is equally good on both phones. Instagram. Both phones were equally fast. And the scrolling is fine. Next up, Telegram. By the way, do join our Telegram channel for some interesting stuff. I'm selling a brand new Redmi Note 10 and there's a mini giveaway coming soon, so do join. You can find the link in the description. Back to the speed test. Let's open Google Maps. The Note 10 Pro Max was a bit quicker to open it. Let's open something and later we'll come back and check if the same page appears again. Swiggy. Here the Realme 8 Pro was quicker. Just blurred some sensitive information, don't mind that. Again, let's open a restaurant menu. Later, we'll check if the app reopens to the same page. YouTube. Once again, 8 Pro. Let's play a video and come out. Spotify. The 8 Pro was noticeably quicker. Prime Video. Both phones were equally fast. Let's scroll through the UI again. Do you notice any lag? Next up, Genshin Impact. As you may already know, this is probably the heaviest game available on the Play Store, and the Realme 8 Pro opens it first. The Note 10 Pro Max was behind by 6 seconds, which is a lot of time. Among Us. The Note 10 Pro Max opened it first. But this looks like kind of an aberration because the 8 Pro opens the next game faster, Subway Surfers. Interestingly, as of now, both phones have been performing equally good while opening, the regular apps and stuff. But for games, the Realme 8 Pro has been faster. Any twist in the plot? Not really. The 8 Pro was faster to load Call of Duty as well. Now, on to the last row of apps, phone and messages. Nothing major to comment here. Next up, Chrome browser. The Note 10 Pro Max was faster to load the page and also the thumbnails. Camera app. The 8 Pro opened it first. So nothing's really changed. Both phones are pretty similar, like I said earlier, and the 8 Pro is faster at loading big games. Let's see if the tides turn in the RAM management round. Remember, we played a video on YouTube, opened something on Maps, started a game of Subway Surfers, etc. Let's see if these phones can just resume from where they left. No issues with the last row of apps. What about the previous row, Call of Duty Mobile? The Note 10 Pro Max doesn't have it in memory. That's sad. Subway Surfers? Again, the Note 10 Pro Max reloads it. The 8 Pro can just resume the game. Among Us? Both phones reloaded it. I mean, this is like under 20 MB or something. Genshin Impact? Same, both phones reload the game from scratch. Just because two of the games were not reloaded by the 8 Pro doesn't mean this is better, because this is actually the 8GB RAM variant, while the Note 10 Pro Max used in this video is the 6GB RAM variant. The rest of the round is also quite weird. The Note 10 Pro Max took a while to open Prime Video. Spotify is weird on the Realme 8 Pro. Both phones reloaded YouTube. Swiggy remembered where we left last time, but still took a while to load. Maps reloaded from scratch. Telegram reloaded on the Note 10 Pro Max. And so did Instagram. So yeah, like I said, the Realme 8 Pro holds an edge, but do remember it has an extra couple of gigs of RAM, and to be frank, both brands have a lot of work to do. That, they will need to push software updates to make the RAM management better. Before we conclude, here's a reboot test. Let's check the boot times. The 8 Pro was considerably faster. So overall, if I really have to pick one from this speed test, it's gonna be the Realme 8 Pro. It holds an edge, sure. But to be very frank, I'm not very happy with either phone. Video rendering wasn't up to the mark, RAM management was poor. These do not feel like 20,000 rupee phones. We did try switching to other battery saving modes and tried doing the test again off camera. The results were still very inconsistent, like what we show on camera. So if you're actually looking to buy one of these phones, don't just rely on a speed test. Look at some other important aspects too. Let us know if you want us to make any video, any other comparison video, like a camera test or something. So you can subscribe to Technology Jock and hit the bell icon for those videos. That's it. Thanks for watching. This is Ashwin Sundar, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye and take care.